Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm Allison Rogers, Instructional Technology Specialist here at RESA, and today's Tech Tip Tuesday is going to focus on the updated features of tasks and reminders within Google Calendar. So it used to be that you could only see reminders or tasks, one or the other. You can see both at the same time, but you can now see that you can view both reminders and tasks at the same time on your Google Calendar. So to start with reminders have a little icon that looks like this. And reminders are used to basically help you remember to carry out specific items within your job. So, reminder to submit your mileage form or to send an email. Keep in mind that reminders can be set to either all day or set to a specific time. So for example, you can see that I have 5 reminders for today, 2 of which have already been completed and 3 that have not. And they will group the all-day reminders together. So if I click on my 3 reminders that have not been completed yet, I can now see those reminders. Also remember that reminders carry over to the next day until you mark them as done. So this reminder at the bottom here, for example, this is an old reminder that was actually completed last month. So I just must have forgotten to mark it as done. So if I mark it as done, it will now move to my crossed out list. So it kind of gives you that sense of accomplishment. You've crossed it off. Now if I needed to undo that, I could just click mark as not done and it takes it back to that reminder list. Now if I want to add a new reminder, I just simply click wherever I want on the calendar. So for example, if I want to set a reminder for today at noon, notice that by default it creates an event, but I want to actually create a reminder, so I click reminder. And I can change the time, or I can set it to all day, or I can set a repeating reminder. In this case, I'm going to keep it set to noon and click save. I can go back in and edit it or delete it, and I probably want to add a title and then click save. Notice if I go back in and I edit this and change it to all day and click save, it brings that reminder to my list of reminders for today. And then I can also delete it in this list as well. So that's reminders in Google Calendar. Next is tasks. Tasks have an icon that looks like this, and it also has a task list to the far right hand side. If I click here, this pulls up all of my tasks. What's nice about tasks is you can kind of keep your to-do list within your calendar here. So if I want to add a task, I just simply click the little plus sign and I can describe it or give it a title. And then I can click the little pen to edit my details, and then I can add specifics about the task. I can even select what list I want the task to live in. So if I have a drop down, I can just throw it in my tasks by default, or I can add it to other lists that I might have already created. I can add a specific date, and I can even add subtasks. So now I can go in and see today's date. I have task 1 added, and here I can go in and edit it or delete it, or I can even mark it as complete. And you'll notice when I do that, it crosses it off here, so I get the satisfaction of crossing something off my to-do list, even if it is electronic. If I wanted to undo that, I just simply click the task and say mark incomplete, and it'll bring it back for me. What's nice here is this list of tasks will be everything that I need to do in upcoming weeks and months, and then I can also see all the things that I've already completed. So I can undo completed tasks and mark them as incomplete, or I can also go in and mark things from here as complete, same way as I did before when I clicked on it and clicked as complete. And one last tip, you can actually drag and drop your reminders and tasks to different days. So for example, if I wanted to move this task to Thursday, I could drag and drop it. Same thing with my reminders. I can move it to different days or different times. I can only drag and drop the reminders that are set to a specific time, not the ones that are set to all day. But just a nice little tip that you can drag and drop them wherever you see fit. So that's the updated reminders and tasks for Google Calendar. Hopefully you find this helpful for completing your to-do lists and helping you remember important tasks. So that's it for today's Tech Tip Tuesday. If you have an idea, question, or suggestion for a Tech Tip Tuesday topic, email me and your idea may be featured in a future training or Tech Tip Tuesday blast.